Hello everyone, my name is Jordan, also known as X-3. Today I have these native drums to teach you guys. Now the difference with this, along with all the other drum kits that I've shown you, is that we use a alligator to kind of sync up the beat if it gets too shuffled. I'm a jazz drummer, and thus, with that being said, I get a lot of different funky beats when I play. So I figured out a simple way to kind of sync them all together. So take a listen to this demo of the jungle beat I've kind of provided for you guys, and yeah, we'll get to making this. So the kind of things I use to get those drums is I create a combinator to keep everything nice and tidy. And I'm also going to throw in a redrum. The reason why I use a redrum instead of a Kong is it already has a note automation lane ready to go. And we can always right click and copy pattern the track. So that makes it super simple and super easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up my first hit. For these hits, we're actually going to be focusing on Prince board for the first part. The reason why is simply because his hits are very clean, along with a lot of smash and compression. So I found that the mid-tempo drums are some of the best drums to take hits from, in my opinion. So we're going to choose the first one. And that's this little kick. On the kick, I'm going to apply it to my first one on the note automation lane, so that way we can get this up and running. So for number 1, it's going to be on number 1, number 4, number 7, and number 12. Let's let this run and have a listen. A little swing and out of time. That's exactly where we want this beat. For the second hit, what I'm going to choose is for my number 2, I'm going to choose my mid-tempo again. I'm going to choose number 4. So it's a snare hit, but at the end of it, it has this like rustling noise from the sticks in the background. Like right around here. So with that being said, I'm going to apply this on number 5, 9, and 14. Now let's take a listen with both of these samples. I'm going to be doing that over the course to see how these sync up. Off-timed, great. So for channel 4, I skipped channel 3 because if I have too many samples along the line, I get kind of confused. So I'm going to skip channel 3 entirely. For channel 4, this is where we start getting a little bit more sloppy with the drums. And what I mean by that is that I'm going to go over to my sloppy on my Prince board drums. I'm going to open up this Rex file to choose individual hits. And the hits I've chosen out of this sample are number 3, and for the other one, we'll get to that in a second, but number 3 is a little hat. It's pretty nice. I'm also going to show you how to pitch these up at the end. So that way they all sync together very nicely. So for number 4, we're going to choose this on 2, 5, 8, 11, 13, and 15. Giving the hi-hat a little bit more space to work. For number 5, I'm going to choose the last of my Prince board drums. It's going to be in, of course, drum sloppy again, and we're going to choose hit sample number 9. This is a closed hat, and this will work nicely once we chunk it in. So I'm going to apply this on my 2, my 5, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16. A little bit nicer. Now let's get to something a little bit more, or actually something a little bit cooler. So yeah, let's go over to our Caribbean for our number 6 channel. So I'm gonna close this of Prince board, go over to my Caribbean drums. And as you can see, something is already open, but I'm actually going to close that because what we use is a different sample. So I'm gonna go over to my old Dembo. It should be in here. Yep, here it is, old Dembo number 1. Now, I chose hit number 11 for this. Simply because it's just a nice shaker. And with a shaker, if you have that in the background, it'll keep your listener interested in with the drums. It's a little bit of a hidden trick. So for the old Dembo, I apply it on every odd number. And these odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and 15. So that's cool. For the second sample, we're going to choose old Dembo number 2. Now for old Dembo number 2, we choose sample, actually old Dembo number 1 on sample number 2. It's a large snare, I think. Cool. We're going to apply this on 3, 7, 10, and a soft ghost note number 15. So I'm pretty sure I chose that correctly, but I'm just, actually for the old Dembo, did we choose 11? Yes, we did. For the old Dembo, we chose sample number 2. I guess it's fine. For our final channels, we're going to choose for number 8, the Caribbean, I'm not, Scaragarian? I'm not even sure how to pronounce that. But these have a lot of eclectic notes in them. So yeah, I'm going to choose my first one. It should be 01. This kind of native clap. And I'm going to apply it on 1, 4, 7, 12, and 14. And of course, they are all going to be soft. So that's cool. On to our final channel. For channel number 9, we're going to be using the same sample, but we're going to use a different note from the sample. We're going to be using note number 02. And I'm going to apply this on 2, 4, 7, 10, 13, and 15. So for the old Dembo sample, I actually probably copied it wrong because we're supposed to actually have a kind of like a pluck. So I'm going to go back to my number 11 and look for the plug within here. Actually, never mind. I guess I'll just have to find it later for you guys. So other than that, I'm going to tidy this up. If you want, you can throw on a pulverizer. Turn up your squash to about 18 to give it some more pump. In other words, I'm going to apply a RV7000 Advanced Reverb. And for the preset, since these are all very nice presets, we're going to choose all, I'm pretty sure it should be like all spread, plate spread. Here we go. Perfect. Going to take my decay down to about like 30 or 23 and my dry wet to about 1/4. Next, throw on another compressor, pulverizer, throw up the squash a bit more. And after the pulverizer, I'm going to drop in an alligator. Now for alligator, the only thing you need to have is the first patch. And even if it plays over your drums, it's still going to manipulate and force all the drums to play in time. So thanks for joining me, and I'll play you guys out. I'll check you guys out for Time Warp Wednesday, or maybe Tropical Wednesday. Who knows? Anything can happen. And of course, thanks for following me. I'll see you guys out tomorrow. And yeah, have a good one. Peace. Hello everyone, so I wanted to say thank you guys so much for following on this Tumble Tuesday. It's very easy for me to come up with percussion, essentially because I'm a jazz drummer. And so when I use a lot of swing and things, that really develops a lot of like funky grooves. So I wanted to say thank you guys so much. I really do mean that. I know I say it a lot, but I do watch your videos and I do appreciate you watching my videos as well, since I take time out to watch your stuff. But other than that, I want to say thanks. Just thanks for following me. I mean, it does mean a lot. And yeah, I try and provide some of the craziest stuff for you guys. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good one. I'll be doing a little bit more rapping and stuff tomorrow. So I'll check you guys out later tomorrow. And yeah, have a good one. Peace.